This is the week from Al Jazeera and One. Welcome. And let's start with Saturday at the Palace of Nations, where the government's meeting with the governors began under the supervision of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune. The meeting came this year under the slogan Economic Recovery, Regional Balance, Social Justice. Participated in this meeting members of the government, such as the Minister of Interior, the Prime Minister, the governors, and the representatives of the two chambers of Parliament. During the previous meeting, the implementation of the President's instructions will be evaluated. The meeting will discuss ways to create a new dynamic in the path of local development and will culminate in practical recommendations that form a roadmap for the next stage. On Sunday, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, signed a presidential decree appointed Abdelaziz Khalaf, Director of the Presidency Office of the Republic, according to a statement by the Presidency of the Republic. Abdelaziz Khalaf was appointed to succeed Noordin Baghdad Al-Daij, who was summoned for other tasks. The President signed another presidential decree appointing Samir Akoun as the official spokesman for the Presidency of the Republic. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Community Abroad, Amtal Amamra, said on Monday that the path of democratic development is embodied in the government's action plan with its 5 axes, which focuses on strengthening the rule of law and governance, modernizing justice and freedoms, and fighting corruption. Amamra added to the United Nations General Assembly, the political reforms crystallized the will of the Algerian people and state to promote human rights. He pointed out that in the economic file, the pillar of economic recovery, the banking and financial system, the governance of public institutions, the improvement of the attractiveness of the investment climate, and the development of institutions and entrepreneurship have been strengthened. The Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research announced the postponement of university admission until October 10 instead of October 3, while it ordered the directors of university services to receive students at the level of university residences starting from October 8. The reason for the postponement university entry is due to the continuous vaccination campaign at the level of Algerian universities, in addition to the awareness campaigns that preliminarily call on students to be vaccinated, especially after the announcement of the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research that the demand for vaccinations is modest. Prime Minister, Minister of Finance Ayman bin Abdulrahman has launched Wednesday in Constantine the production of Chinese firm Sinovac's anti-COVID-19 vaccine at the firm of Sidel Group located in the Palma Industrial Zone. The Prime Minister, who was accompanied by a ministerial delegation, visited the production unit of the vaccine and received explanations on site on the manufacturing process of the vaccine and validation of the product before the stability study and registration. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the National Community Abroad summoned the French ambassador to Algeria against the background of the unilateral decision by the French government to reduce the number of visas granted to Algerians. The Secretary General of the Ministry had informed the ambassador of an official protest from the Algerian government against the unilateral decision that was taken without prior consultation with the Algerian side. The statement added, this decision, which negatively affects the movement of Algerians to France, is inconsistent with respect for human rights and the obligations undertaken by the two governments. On Thursday, the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance Ayman bin Abdulrahman chaired the government meeting according to the statement of the interests of the First Ministry. According to the agenda, members of the government studied a preliminary draft of an organic law and a draft law in addition to 4 draft executive decrees submitted by the ministers in charge of finance, justice, higher education and public works. Furthermore, an offer was made by the Minister of Public Works. Algeria acquired a new shipment of the anti-coronavirus Sputnik V vaccine from the Russian Federation, estimated at 204,000. The new shipment of the vaccine was brought by a military aircraft for the Algerian Air Force. The operation comes within the framework of strengthening the national health system with vaccines and medical equipment necessary to limit the spread of the coronavirus. End of this number. Thanks for watching.